And here's something interesting to kick off this episode. Loch Ness Monster sighting in Doris Beach is first potential sign of Nessie for 2025. The first potential sighting of the elusive Loch Ness Monster this year was shared by a witness at Doris Beach. According to the Loch Ness Center, a witness observed what appeared to be a large dark mass between the calm, still waters of the loch. They said the sighting, described as part of the body of Nessie submerged beneath the water, has left experts and enthusiasts intrigued by the possibility of a new glimpse of the legendary creature. This comes as only 3 official sightings were reported in the official Loch Ness Monster Sightings Register in 2024, compared to 10 in 2023 and 6 in 2022. This last sighting has not been added yet to the register. So, has someone actually had the first actual sighting of Nessie this year, 2025? Not counting webcam sightings, obviously. I don't think the registration center for Loch Ness sightings counts webcam sightings, because those could be anything. So is this the first sighting? That's a good question. I really don't know for sure. But this is pretty recent, so here's hoping. Penn State student thinks he encountered Bigfoot on game lands near campus. A Penn State student is sharing a harrowing encounter with something he believes is a Bigfoot that occurred about 2 weeks ago on game lands near the Centre County campus. The male student was only identified as MK, not MK Davis, in a report posted Friday on the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization website, although he also appeared on a recent episode of the Sasquatch Chronicles podcast and went by Mac. Penn Live reached out to the group to speak to the witness, but a message was not returned. According to the report, MK filed with the BFRO. He was raccoon hunting on February 19th in the western part of State Game Lands 333, about 3.5 miles north of campus along Spring Creek, when, about 6:30 p.m., the student said he heard a tree knock, which Bigfoot researchers say the creatures frequently do. He then said he was followed. MK described the knock to a BFRO investigator as if you took a bat and gave a tree a nice firm tap. MK said he was using his spotlight to scan the forest and could hear something walking along with him, as well as ice and twigs snapping. At one point he turned with the spotlight and saw something large and upright go behind a tree. He told the BFRO that he then called a friend and begged him to bring his AR-15 rifle and come help him escape the woods. While still on speakerphone with his friend, the student said he turned and caught a Bigfoot in his spotlight about 40 yards away. MK reported that the creature looked like King Kong, but with a sharper nose and gray skin on the face. He said the Bigfoot had a pronounced brown ridge and sunken eyes, according to the BFRO report. Now, my thing is, if it's not a misidentification, could this actually be a sighting? Could this young man have actually seen a Sasquatch? Well, with all the information that's readily available online now, it makes it harder to discern whether or not this is an actual sighting. Now, I'm not going to say that this guy didn't see something. Maybe he did. But I don't know. I mean, did he actually see something? Or is this another hoax? Or a misidentification? You decide. Video. Trail of Bigfoot tracks found in snowy Maine forest. Well, they're pretty far apart for supposed Sasquatch tracks. And where's the toes? And all of a sudden, right there at the end, all these footprints get closer together. That's kind of strange. What if it was an actual Sasquatch? Wouldn't the trail be a little bit longer? Wouldn't the strides be actually farther apart? Seems kind of strange to me. This could be a hoax. It's entirely possible this could be a hoax. But I don't know. Very interesting if indeed these are actual Sasquatch tracks. But I didn't see any toes. Will there not be toes? Toe marks? I would think so. So, where are the toes? That would be my question. That seems to make this pretty suspicious. But I could be wrong. Once again, I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong in the future. So who knows? Intriguing nonetheless. Watch. Argentine man films legendary lake monster Nahuelito.
¿Puedes acercarle un poco más?
Nahuelito, papá.
Yo no sé si es que vimos el Nahuelito, pero seguramente vimos lo que la gente suele confundir con el Nahuelito. Sin duda, porque vimos algo muy raro ayer en el lago. Estábamos en casa, en la zona de las Victorias, pasando la caminera.
Sí.
Justo donde está ahora hundido el Flecha del Plata, donde está el varadero, que creo que es de Turizur.
Claro.
Nada, vimos lo que decías vos recién, como una mancha saliendo del lago y mucho movimiento alrededor. Bueno, nada, ninguna embarcación cerca, no había nada. No, o sea, no había nada que nos haga entender que podría haber generado ese movimiento. Como si hubiera caído una piedra, pero al revés. Se veía una mancha negra, yo no sé decirte si es el lomo de algún, no sé, del Nahuelito o lo que sea, pero, o sea, se veía. Y de hecho el video que nosotros filmamos no se ve tanto como lo que vimos antes de arrancar a filmar. Sí, tal cual. Como te digo, podría ser desde el Nahuelito a, no sé, un cardumen de peces, no sé, pero que no era algo, digamos, producido por el hombre, no era un objeto.
No hay razones para ir a otra financiera.
So what is that in that footage? I think that's an excellent question, to be quite honest. Compelling piece of footage from Argentina shows a mysterious disturbance at the lake where a legendary monster dubbed Nahuelito is said to reside. According to a local media report, the intriguing sighting occurred on Tuesday afternoon when the witness, identified by his first name Fernando, noticed something unusual unfolding on Lake Nahuel Wapi. To his surprise, an object resembling a big stone had suddenly emerged from the water. The disturbance was particularly perplexing because the surface was otherwise perfectly placid with no people or boats in the area that could account for the mystifying movement. While somewhat skeptical about the existence of a monster at Nahuel Wapi, Fernando acknowledged that the source of the strange incident could have been the creature. I don't know if we saw Nahuelito, he mused, but surely what people call Nahuelito. And he managed to capture some of the sighting with his cell phone. Again, it's quite fascinating, and I mean, what could it be? That's a good question. What exactly is it? I'm not sure we'll ever know the answer, but still intriguing nonetheless. Steve Coles recently had a show where he talked about the flaws in the Patterson-Gimlin film hoax claims, a critical examination. He basically goes through the claims of Bob Hieronymus, the late Philip Morris, Greg Long, and Cal Korff. He concludes that the case against the Patterson-Gimlin film falls apart. It's an interesting article, and I would highly recommend everybody check out the episode. It was from Sunday, March 2nd. Bigfoot Mystery Squatch DTV. It's on YouTube, so you guys can check it out if you wish. But this is basically a written blog form of that particular show. He also has a PDF file all about the Patterson-Gimlin film hoax claims. It's quite fascinating what he finds, being an investigator himself. So I highly recommend everybody check it out. Finally, here's something interesting. Miscreant severs arm of celebrated West Virginia Sasquatch statue. And this is the statue in question. A celebrated Bigfoot statue in West Virginia has lost one arm thanks to a sinister miscreant who severed the Sasquatch's limb. Located in the state's Elk River Trail Park, the impressive piece was reportedly created by a group of students in a wood carving class last summer. Upon its unveiling, the statue quickly became a favorite destination for visitors to the park and was even included as a stopping point on the state's wildly popular paranormal trail. Standing a towering 10.5 feet tall, the artwork originally weighed 1,800 pounds until last week when it fell victim to a saw-wielding ne'er-do-well with bad intentions. Vandal purposefully and carelessly cut off the cryptid's right arm. Noting that the kids who carved the piece had done so over the course of 10 sweltering summer days in 95 to 100 degree weather, the report decreed the individual responsible for marring the artwork that hundreds if not thousands of people have come to enjoy. And since it's technically state property, the perpetrator could face serious repercussions for the crime should authorities catch the culprit, who is likely hoping that nobody notices that they have suddenly come into possession of a giant Bigfoot arm. Well, this is the kind of stuff you really hate to see. You really do hate to see this. It's unfortunate that we have vandals in this world who want to ruin everybody's good time. But I suppose it's to be expected when you have something. We just can't have nice things, I guess, in this world. Not without somebody ruining it. Sad. Actually, a little bit pathetic, too, on their part. And that's going to do it for this week. We want to thank you very much for tuning in. You guys are the heart of the show. I always say that, but I always mean it. And I'll continue to do this as long as you guys want me to. And for 10 years now, I've been doing this video podcast. And I've enjoyed every single minute of it. And it will continue. It won't stop. And of course, after the Ohio Bigfoot Conference 2025, there will be a special HBM's Cryptid-Corner, which will be all about the OBC 2025. But hey, that's in May. But next week is going to be another show. So until then, y'all be good or be good at this HBM's Cryptid-Corner.